Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. I understand the government wishes to introduce another bill.
Sleepover Wages Settlement Bill, introduction.
The bill is set down for first reading forthwith. The Honourable Kate Wilkinson.
Speaker, I move that the Sleepovers Wages Settlement Bill be now read a first time. At the appropriate time, I intend to move that the Sleepover Wages Settlement Bill be considered by the Health Committee, that the committee report to the House on or before the 3rd of October 2011, and that the committee have authority to meet tomorrow and at any time while the House is sitting, except during oral questions, during any evening on a day on which there has been a sitting of the House, and on a Friday in a week in which there has been a sitting of the House, despite Standing Orders 187 and 191B and C. Mr Speaker, the bill resolves a court dispute that dates from 2007 and addresses recent decisions made by the Court of Appeal and the Employment Court in relation to Idea Services Limited and Philip William Dixon. The bill sets in place a responsible and sustainable framework to remedy the sleepovers issue between Crown-funded employers and their employees. Specifically, the bill will implement a settlement agreement between the Crown, Idea Services Limited, Te Mata Hou Limited and the Service and Food Workers Union for the payment of wages to their employees who are employed to sleep overnight at their workplace whilst on duty. The settlement agreement includes the payment of back pay for certain sleepovers and the staged progression of payments for sleepovers towards the hourly rate under the Minimum Wage Act 1983. Mr Speaker, the Crown has negotiated this settlement in good faith with employers and employee representatives, and I would like to acknowledge all parties involved. It is a fair settlement, one that balances the interests of employers, employees and the government. For the government, it ensures that services continue to be delivered to this vulnerable group of people and allows the effective management of fiscal risk. For employees, it provides for significant back wages for those who are eligible and for a graduated movement to the minimum wage for sleepovers. For employers, it enables them to continue operating while also requiring them to contribute to the back wages that are payable. In addition to implementing the settlement between the Crown, Idea Services Limited, Te Mata Hou Limited and the Service and Food Workers Union, the bill also establishes a framework for the settlement of other sleepovers for other health and disability employers funded through Vote Health and potentially other employers funded by the Crown. This will be done through an order in council mechanism. The government is committing $27.5 million to assist Crown-funded employers in the health and disability sector to settle valid back wage claims, and up to $90 million over 3 years to support employers to phase in the minimum wage. This will enable vital services to continue to be delivered in an affordable manner whilst securing the phasing in of the minimum wage for employees. Under the bill, there are strong incentives for health and disability funded employers to reach settlement because they will become eligible for contributory funding from the Crown to reduce backdated liabilities and to support the phasing in of the minimum wage. Eligible employees stand to gain access to back wages that the employer may not otherwise have been able to fund and will enjoy more certain access to higher future wages. Mr Speaker, this bill is a priority for this government. It is an important piece of legislation that will ensure that some of the most vulnerable people continue to receive quality care in our community. The bill has been consulted within the sector and has the support of the parties to the agreement. Passing the bill before the House rises will mean that eligible Idea Services employees will be able to receive their back pay before Christmas. Mr Speaker, I'm pleased to be able to present this bill here today, and I commend this bill to the House.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Darren Fenton.